Hi everyone! Thank you so much for joining me today to listen to my presentation. I know we all have really busy schedules, but it means a lot to me, and I think this could mean a lot to our students as well. So please join me for integrating music into inclusive classrooms for students with special needs. Now we all know that school can be a challenge between projects, extracurricular activities, and relationships with peers. It's really tricky for anyone to traverse. But if you throw in a disability, everything becomes vastly more difficult. As educators, we need to provide our students with a meaningful and appropriate education that best fits them. So the purpose of this presentation is to emphasize the relationship between student success and music as a teaching strategy, as well as provide some information regarding teaching strategies that can be used for students with special needs in inclusive general education classrooms. Students show more significant interest in learning when they're able to be creative, and through the use of music, teachers can create an exciting and engaging environment that promotes this creativity as well as success. So the U.S. Department of Education National Center for Education Statistics estimates that 13% of students aged 3 to 21 years were served under IDEA 2004 during the 2014-2015 school year. And while this population might seem like a minority in school systems, many of these students are served in the general education classrooms, either part-time or full-time due to the least restrictive environment. As we all know, this promotes inclusion and consequently a commitment to the destruction of barriers placed by exclusionary practices. The typical population of students in a general education classroom is diverse in and of itself, but the addition of students with special needs raises these levels of diversity. This can be challenging when academic and behavioral levels can vary significantly in a single classroom with up to 30 students. A 2018 study performed by Atlin and Iopla found that individuals experiencing a number of deficiencies in mental, emotional, physical, or developmental areas cannot benefit from the educational activities that their normally developing peers benefit from. Music as a teaching strategy isn't a new concept. Instead, the knowledge of how to use this strategy effectively has been lacking. According to Van Wilden and Whipple, 99% of students in the general education and special education populations participate in a weekly music special. So they're already being exposed to this information. We need to take it and run with it. Multiple studies have been conducted to determine the connection between music as a teaching strategy and student success. Rose, Jones-Bartoli, and Heaton were able to document the growth of scale of intelligence of a child with severe special needs in 2018. Similarly, Sandiford, Manes, and Dyer found that the melodic-based communication therapy is an effective strategy that's on par with traditional speech therapy services for individuals with ASD. So if we have these strategies that are on par, they're working just as well as others, why not give the students an opportunity to be creative and to learn in a new way? Studies such as these suggest that music can be an effective intervention strategy for students with special needs when implemented in the inclusive classrooms. Today, research regarding this topic continues to grow. The continued gathering of the perspectives and experiences of students with disabilities, employing both quantitative and qualitative methodologies, will add an important and rich facet to special education and music research. And we can be part of this research. We can be part of this growth. The underlying purpose of integrating music into the classroom is not to increase the student's musical aptitude, although I personally believe this is an added benefit. The real advantage of using music in the classroom is the engagement of students, both neurodiverse and neurotypical, and educators alike. So what is the policy I'm trying to implement? As educators invested in the future of our students, we need to provide them with an assortment of tools to use at their disposal. Students receive music education weekly through our specials rotation with Mrs. Green, our music specialist. The prior knowledge regarding instruments and rhythm and all other facets of music is already there. From here, we need to develop this understanding and establish a culture where the use of music in the classroom is typical rather than atypical. I propose that as a school, professional development trainings are implemented to increase the awareness of music as a teaching strategy. These training sessions may be spearheaded by Mrs. Green or outside sources. I will gladly offer my services as well in any way that I can assist. In addition to these professional development trainings, there should be collaboration happening between educators and the music specialist. We should be meeting with Ms. Green on a regular basis, whether we decide as a team that it happens weekly or monthly. We need to be meeting with her to help make this change in the school. So, what is the implementation plan? To implement this policy, we need to take the first step in creating an environment that fosters students' creativity through music. I propose that we have an interest survey designed and distributed to the students. This will provide us with more information regarding their current musical abilities and their knowledge of music, what types of music they're interested in, what types of activities they'd be interested in. From here, this information can be used to plan lessons that promote new forms of creativity, such as creating a song rather than writing an essay or just drawing a picture, which are the typical ways we show creativity. By increasing students' interest in their education, we can develop lessons that demonstrate our teaching prowess as well. Administrators, with the help of Mrs. Green, myself, and anyone else who would like to volunteer, will be tasked with orchestrating the professional development trainings. Training sessions may need to occur Training sessions may need to occur frequently in the early stages of implementing this policy, but as time goes on, the frequency will lessen and will serve as more of a refresher rather than a new topic being discussed. Regular sessions with Mrs. Green should occur throughout the school year as previously mentioned. These sessions could possibly take place during our monthly data collection meetings. Topics to be discussed at this time will include student progress, attitudes toward new integration techniques, and steps we can use moving forward. So we have come to our conclusion. I believe that as educators, we all feel that our students' achievement is our goal. When students are given the proper tools to use, their levels of success will drastically increase. The same can be said for students' levels of interest. Music is something that all of our students are exposed to, whether it be at home, at school, wherever they are. By integrating music into inclusive classrooms, students, particularly those with special needs, can express their ideas through a new outlet that they're already exposed to every day. Through professional development training and collaboration between teachers and music specialists, educators are able to take full advantage of this new avenue of teaching. So thank you again for taking the time to listen to my presentation. I hope you were able to learn something new, and I hope that we'll be able to use this process moving forward. Thank you again. Have a great day.